We talk a lot about what the children in this world are facing, and with 1 in 10 children who are going to be orphaned and abandoned in this world, it's really the families that we need to be strengthening to help prevent that situation. We do a lot of direct services at SOS Children's Villages to provide support, family, a safe home, education, and all those things are critically important to children. Where families play a role is what can we do to sustain those families? What can families here who, and in the U.S. and around the world that are successful, are doing well, support other families that are struggling? And how can we provide the services to those families that are struggling so they can prevent the things that might happen further along, so that they don't have to give up their children. Let's see. So my wish for families everywhere is that they can be families. They can be a mother and father who feel great about their lives, and children that can play in the yard or play with friends down the street and feel safe. Where they can go to school, where they aren't afraid of disease or having to flee their country. So I want families to feel safe because that helps children be safe. And as we look forward to the development goals in 2030 and even just tomorrow, we want this future to support the families in the communities that we all are. And if we don't support the families, the communities are weaker and children are weaker and not getting what they need. So I wish families could go back to being families, and all of that word means to all of us. We all know how it should feel, and the challenge in this world is not a lot of families feel that. And I wish every family could feel like what we think of family. My father grew up in a small mining town in Pennsylvania. Fast forward many, many years later, he was the director of the Carnegie Library in Pittsburgh. And for him, as a librarian most of his life, he looked at libraries as real as a community place. It wasn't just about checking out books, although it was, but it's also a place for communities to come together. And more as libraries are starting to slip away from the checking out books, they are still surviving as places the community can get together. And what he taught me is if people have access to resources, if they have the same resources that other people had, they can become anything they want. So whether it's access to quality books, learning how the world lives in other parts, or whatever they feel that they want to be when they grow up, books open that window, but as well as making sure that those children know that they have the resources they can be, and we need to make sure that all children have that access and not just a few.